Hey, this is Brad Gill, NextHome Lifestyles. Welcome back for another market snapshot for San Jose for the week of September 27th. Just like every week, we always start with taking a look at our current active versus pending inventory for single-family homes, condos, and townhouses. So this week, we have 609 active units available, down slightly from last week, which was 619. Realts are up slightly with new contracts at 923, up slightly from last week, which was at 911. Next up, we're going to take a look at the trends, and we're going to find out if we see anything shifting or changing in the marketplace. So the first trend we take a look at is new listings of the past week, which we're currently at 213, which is down 20% from the week previous when we were at 273. And as you can see here, this is 2 weeks in a row where we do have a little bit of declining inventory. So is this a trend? Maybe, not quite sure yet. We just have to continue to watch and find out how overall inventory does compared to our demand. Next up is demand trend. Now we're going to take a look and see how many properties went under contract this past week. We had 190 over the last 7 days go into contract, which is down 20% compared to last week. But what's interesting about last week is we had 237 go under contract, which was up 20% from the week previous. So again, just numbers bouncing around, nothing starting to point in one direction or the other just yet. Trailing demand. Trailing demand is going to be what properties closed escrow this week. Remember, when a property goes under contract, it can take anywhere from 7 to 10 days to as long as 45 or 60 days for that contract to close. So taking a look at our trailing demand, we're following up to find out how many properties actually closed escrow over the last 7 days. Looking at about 153 units, which is down 17% from the week prior, which was also down 17%. Are we starting to see what looks like maybe it's a little bit of a trend? I don't know. Let's continue to watch the market stats to see what else comes about. Market expectations. Now we're going to take a look at how many properties expired. So new expired over the last week, we had 28 units versus a week previous at 31. So no real change there. And again, with expired properties, we're just taking a look and seeing what's come off the market. So either it failed to sell because it was priced wrong, there was something wrong with the property itself, or could have been another reason why the seller might have withdrawn or pulled the property off the market. Maybe it's going to come back and they're going to try and resell it in the future. Anyways, no real change, no significant numbers in expireds. Price changes. For this past week, we had 116 price changes versus a week before about 110. So again, what are we seeing as we're heading towards the end of September? A little bit more diminishing inventory, which makes sense this time of year, but we're also continuing to see some very healthy demand. So as I've been continuing to say all along, it's going to be really interesting to find out how our market shapes up within the next 30 to 60 days, whether we're going to see a very early return to increase in prices because we're out of inventory, or if there's a bunch of sellers sitting on the sideline who are saying, hey, wait a minute, it still is a really good time to sell their property. Thank you so much for watching this week's Market Snapshot. I'm Brad Gill at NextHome Lifestyles and hope to see you guys next week.